this show begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey, it's your girl Marquita Vion, the host of the Pink Link, where we have powerful, innovative, next level conversations with a K, cause we fancy, hunty. Where it's lunchtime and we're doing lunch together again on this Good Friday. And so we're serving our appetizers with our wisdom wiser, untrades with entrepreneur and community news, desserts that we've redefined that'll have you fine and geared to shine, mentally, physically, and spiritually. Now, with that being said, some days we may get too stuffed, but we'll skip dessert and you'll still live full of purpose. So we're gonna hop right in with our wisdom wiser, and it's the appetizer, and this is what we just focus on, something that your granny said that has stayed in your head, a quote, scripture, and things of wisdom, devotional, just to help us all become more wiser to rise higher. So today I chose one, and y'all will be hearing the good old Bishop Runner quite often, because hey, he always delivers. And this one is, we would never have a genuine solution to our problems until we understand how they begun. This was just so profound. This was last Sunday he said this, because many times we're trying to fix things and wondering why we continue to repeat the same cycle of, behaviors and things like that. And sometimes you got to go deep down and to the root of why you may be behaving a certain way, why you're repeating the same cycles and things like that in your life. And so it may even be something that's generational, and until you just go deep with it, how are you going to bring about a solution until you start to understand why you're doing it? And so I know things and choices I've made, literally like last year, I think mid last year, it dawned on me that I was making those choices because of what I saw or what I thought and what others have done. And I'm like, wow, it was so profound, because I'm like, that's probably why I was doing that, unconsciously, because I thought that was okay. I thought that was the norm. And so once I begun to, understand how it begun and, how I could have stemmed, now I can bring forth the solution to moving and doing better than that. So once again, I will repeat it. Our wisdom wiser today is, we will never have a genuine solution to our problem until we understand how they begun, by Bishop Runner. And so definitely follow him on Instagram, Bishop Runner. He's the Bishop of Word of Faith in Austell, Georgia. So y'all, it's Friday again, and we like to, do a Faith Friday, forgiveness, fearless, or fumbled Friday. I'm gonna go with faith, because hey, faith without works is dead. And so it's just a season of faith, and continue to just stay in faith consistently. Just like we do everything else consistently, faith is consistently. When things not showing up how you think they should be, or, whatever may be going on, for me, it always goes back to faith. Am I going to have faith about the situation? Faith is substance of things hoped for, evidence of things not seen. So it's not supposed to be how I think it should go right now, but I can have that faith in this moment, regardless of what it looked like for me. So Faith Fridays, yes, y'all. And so I know it seemed like we ran through quick, but hey, I got so much more coming up for you. And we started on intentionally and positively. So it's time for a quick break. And it's your girl Marquita Vion on Hits 92.3 ATL. Hey girl, look at you, down over there.
3, 2, 1.
So it's your girl, and we're back on Hits 92.3 Marquita Vion. And so y'all, I got something different for y'all today. So we're gonna try this out, and it's a what would you do segment. And it's basically, I'm gonna tell y'all, I did the cheat code. All I did was went to AI chat GPT, and I was like, give me some scenarios of what would you do to discuss. So I didn't even have time to read over these things, but I had time to copy and paste them. So, hey, we both gonna get into this like impromptu, on the spot. And it's just different scenarios because we're gonna go with the tips that I'm gonna offer you all at the end, you know, to tap into emotional intelligence. So I'm gonna start with the one it says relationships. It say if you planned a romantic evening with your partner, but they arrive home clearly stressed from work and not in the mood to engage. You've been looking forward to this night all week. What would you do? I guess I would put myself first in that person's shoes and try not to be offended. And go. We're gonna go back to the 4 agreements, not to make assumptions on how I feel and think they should be, you know, and I can't assume how they day went. So I would just back off and let them, you know, come around, and then we can just do it the next night. Now, that's the first time, and the one time. Now, if it was a consistent thing, I would want them to be able to get to a place to where, you know, either they need to find something else to do if their job is constantly having them stressed, because then it starts to affect us as a couple, you know, and affect the home if we're not able to be consistent with one another and planning things that we, you know, looking forward to do with each other. So I would want it to be an ongoing thing. So I would definitely make sure we have a conversation around it. First time, I would understand. I would be empathetic and understand. Hey, we all have, every day is not going to be peachy and creamy. As my mom would say, every day ain't peaches and cream. So I wouldn't expect them to be perfect daily with me, you know. Everybody have a day. And so I want you all to be able to call in, and if you want to add something to that, definitely call 404-254-4347 and let me know your thoughts on that. And so we have some more scenarios, or you can jump in on this one. I don't know, we're gonna go back to relationships, or where are we gonna go? I'm gonna go to parents, because I feel like this season many don't get along with their parents, and I can understand for different reasons and things, you know. Everybody's situation is different. So I haven't read this, like I said. So it say your elderly parent insists on living independently, but you've noticed their health is declining and you're worried about their safety. They resist any suggestion of moving to assisted living. What would you do? They're declining. So basically, if it was my dad, I lost my mom in 2006. But if that was my dad, he do have a wife, but forbid, you know, if she wasn't and I had to be in the picture, and I see, and I know my dad, he is like headstrong. He likes to do him. He likes to you know, he ain't that old though. You know, his birthday is on the 2nd, June 2nd, so I'm excited for him and about that. And so I think he's turning 64, if I'm not mistaken. But I would maybe hire help, you know, just tell him just for a few hours to assist him to take less pressure, less stress off of him, to help, you know, get things done around the house, to not take away his independence, but to assist and accommodate him when he may not feel up to doing certain things. So I wouldn't state it in a way to make him feel like, oh, he's getting old, you know, or he needs the help, you know, and make him feel down, because as our parents and as we get older, you know, a lot comes with it, you know, and they can easily get depressed and, you know, feel down about the changes in life and things anyhow that they're not able to do no longer. So I would definitely state it in a way to where it's like we're hiring a cleaning service, or, you know, like you would hire someone to fix your vehicle. I would put it in a perspective to where he can see, hey, this is just something we're just adding to your life, not trying to take, you know, you living your life how you want it away from you. So I will explain it to him in that manner. So that's what I would do. And y'all, we're gonna go back to the scenarios, but your girl got to do the word of the day. And so why not? Because we're trying to brighten our horizons and our vocabularies at the pink link, y'all. So the word of the day is, y'all is gonna trip out, is scuttlebutt. I'm like, huh? Scuttlebutt? So, and that means rumor or gossip. So, since I don't have a guest, now I got to try to use it in a sentence. And I thought I had a sentence down, but I don't. And I'm trying to figure out one right fast. So, if I had to use it in a sentence, I would say, look, don't be scuttlebutting around me because I don't have time for that type of vibe. You know? Hey, that was quick. That was a sentence. So, yes, that's our word of the day. And that is scuttlebutt. So that's rumor or gossip. So you use it in a sentence and tell them you got it from the pink link. So y'all, we're gonna get back to some scenarios. Cause why not? And also, do y'all watch What Would You Do? I love that show.
Mm-hmm.
You do, girl.
I be feeling like I'm gonna get caught on that show one day.
I know. And then the thing is,
I'm be in trouble.
the thing is, you would think you would do that, but then maybe that day you don't feel like doing what you think you would do. I be thinking that. I'm like, Lord have mercy. I think like I'm doing the What Would You Do now? I think I would do it like this, but you know, the happiness of things may go differently. You know, you can talk about it. As they say, you can talk the talk, but can you walk the walk? So, children, as I was like, say, that's another scenario we're gonna do. What would you do? Your child comes home from school and tells you they've been bullied. They are scared to go back and seem defeated. Medea kick in. When it comes to your children, like that's just another I guess that's when the goon come out of everybody. Because I would definitely be like, oh no, who is messing with my baby? So I would talk with them and see what they've done, or you know, to try to resolve the issues. Have they told the teachers and things like that? And so then if the teachers and the principal, nobody's done anything, I would go up there and I would sit in the classroom and be waiting like, what you gonna do today? You know, I wouldn't approach the student, but I would definitely set up a meeting to have with the parents, you know, because I don't think you should, me as a grown woman or anyone as a grown parent, a man, a woman, whatever, should be approaching a child. So I would want to, if my child would allow, I would definitely try to set up something with the parents. If not, if my child doesn't want me to be a part of what's going on, because you know, kids sometimes don't want to discuss certain things. They don't want to feel like, you know, my mama got to take up for me or whatever the case. And if need be, I probably would go behind my child back and tell the counselor, we need to get something with these parents to try to prevent this, because who want their child feeling like they can't be protected or feeling bullied and they're just trying to go to school and get their education. So I'm not with that at all. So I feel like in that scenario, I would definitely go to any means necessary to protect my child and to make sure that they're feeling comfortable when they're going to school, and just set up something with the parents. And if the parents want to act funny or crazy about it, whatever, then we just take other measurements. I like to be the person of peace and not of chaos in the storm. But hey, like I told you, some people like to ignite your fire. You know, you try to put a fire out, but some people will ignite it, make you ignite your fire and you put theirs out. So I definitely would go to every measure to make sure my child is good without being violent and without being rowdy, I would say. And just being, you know, following the proper protocols. Even if it goes up to the superintendent, make the CNN news, but we're not gonna be bullying my baby. So what do I'm trying to see what's the next one I see on here. Okay, scenario 4, and this for relationships, y'all. Again, you notice that your partner has been spending a lot of time on their phone and seems distant lately. When you ask about it, they assure you nothing is wrong but continue the behavior. What would you do? The old me. Y'all know what the new me or the old me. Baby! I feel like, let me stop getting ratchet. But I feel like if someone is acting like that, then you hiding something. Don't go say, if I go looking for it, I'm gonna find it. But no, if you're doing that type of behavior, then it's like you're setting up that type of energy for me to want to feel like I have to check your phone, especially if I feel like you've been a loyal or I thought you were a loyal person or whatever. I know the 4 agreements, I don't know, because that book just make you like not do stuff that you would normally do. The ratchetness, because you can't make assumptions neither because they're doing it. But then at the same time, I shouldn't feel a way in a relationship that I feel like it should be, you know, open communication too. So and I feel like if I'm experiencing that in the relationship, then I have to say to myself, is this the type of relationship that I deserve? Is that the type of relationship I want to be in? So I don't have to include you nor searching through your phone, but I do have to include me in what I allow. And if I allow you to continue to act that way, and you're saying there's nothing going on, and you know I'm feeling the way about it, hey, it's a choice that I have to make. And I feel for me, from experience and things like that, of searching through the phones, and then also knowing that I shouldn't have to search through nobody's phone, especially like, you know, like what we're doing here, and then being in a place of peace and happiness to where if I feel like it's not something that makes me feel good and I've expressed this to you, then I need to make a choice. Am I going to stay in that with you? With it being that type of relationship, you distancing yourself, you hiding your phone, and, you know, whatever, sneaking and creeping, maybe, assumption, I don't know. But I feel I would rather just part ways. Like, it may seem small, but small things can add up to be bigger, you know, and it's not good for me in this season of just stating what would I do. I don't know. I've been there before, and as they say, if you do go snooping, you go find what you're looking for. What, Sunshine?
It's weird because I'm at a place in my relationship where I wouldn't be worried about my husband finding me talking to another man or something like that. That's not an issue. I don't want you reading the messages between me and my homegirls talking about you.
True.
That's where I'm gonna get in trouble. I'm gonna get in trouble when my husband read my messages to Kales.
Oh my gosh. Well, that could be that's why I said it can be an assumption. That person may not be doing nothing.
Right.
But that's why you can't go snooping through nobody's stuff.
Right.
Unless we both agree to where you can, you know, we pick up each other's phones, but if nobody wants you touching their phone, then you have to respect that.
But we both have each other's passcode and stuff, like, you know.
And then it ain't worth it to be trying to snoop. Who want to be a snooper? I'm not, I'm not saying I haven't never snooped, but I don't have that type of energy in me to be trying to be a snooper. Like, I've been there, done that. It ain't serve me no kind of way. So, no, it ain't paying me. No, I got time for that. So, y'all, I'm trying to see another scenario we're going to do, and we're going to take a quick break after this one. Let's see. Dating. You've been dating someone for a few months, and you really like them. One night, they make an offhand comment that hurts your feelings deeply. They don't seem to realize it affected you. What would you do? Well, I would tell them, hey, what you said hurt my feelings, you know. And I know sometimes that's being so vulnerable to let somebody know they hurt your feelings. Like, you know, like, how you gonna tell them they hurt your feelings when they hurt your feelings? Because it already hurt your feelings, and now you gotta bring this back up. So I can understand not wanting to tell them, but unless you tell them, how can they solve the issue? How can you make sure it doesn't happen again? I wouldn't say cut them out, because some people are just jokesters. Some people just say stuff without thinking sometimes. But unless you address that issue with that person, you know, it can happen again. And if they don't know it hurt your feelings, you know, they may thinking you know, can take things and flow and go on about your day. So I would hope that I would address that situation with them and just say, hey, what you said the other day at dinner or whatever, that hurted my feelings. I don't like how I felt, you know, and if we're going to move forward with continue to see one another, could you please refrain from, you know, using that type of verbiage towards me or saying things like that. I didn't like that. So I think that would be a great way to go by doing it. So y'all, I hope you all enjoyed the what would you do and what I think I would do in the situation segment. And so we're about to take a quick break. It's your girl Marquita Viana on Heyyyy 72.3 ATL. So we're back. It's your girl Marquita Vian on Heyyyy 92.3 ATL. Fridays at 12 p.m. And once again, we're doing lunch, y'all. And so, I wanted to highlight a business today, and that is Heyyyy Helps. I just love what this business do for the community, and I literally tried to volunteer. I maybe need to, reach out to someone again, but Heyyyy Helps was founded by the late Hosea Williams in November of 1970 at Wheat Street Baptist Church, where they fed 100 men soup and cornbread, and then continuing throughout the years and even now to provide not only meals to the homeless, but those who are in need of health care, clothing, and to thousands yearly. They have been just being a vessel to support those in need. I also heard about them recently, that they was out helping those who was affected by the SNAP delays to be able to apply. And also, when I was looking up, I saw that they do like Fresh Fruit Wednesdays. So it's just a great foundation. I think this, well, I don't think, I know this is Portia Williams' grandfather. And so, yes, I just wanted to highlight them because when the volunteer opportunities come to my email, almost every holiday they are doing something to help those in need and in the community. So it's just great for families who's in need, or families that may just be trying to make it happen for the holidays and maybe coming up short. I just love how they're stepping in to just making sure that families are happy and doing the best that they can to, make things a little bit easier, especially in today's economy. So again, that's Heyyyy Helps is our highlight this week, and I love what they're doing in the community. So if you're able to volunteer or support in any way possible, definitely reach out to them. I'm pretty sure they're on Instagram, and I know they're on Google, so most definitely. So we got to do the joke of the day, y'all. And then we were supposed to have a guest, but hey, it's a knock joke, and we're gonna get through it some kind of way because I didn't put another one on there. So knock knock. Sunshine, you wanna be who's there?
Who's there?
Okay, Cash.
Cash who?
No thanks. I prefer all mines. All mines. It was cute. She be tripping out on my knock knocks. It's spelled almonds, but all mines, Get it. Okay, y'all. So, since we have time, we've got desserts that we've redefined to help you transition into new dimensions. So, we have time today. And I just think some of those, what would you do, is kind of like tapping into emotional intelligence. So, I just got some tips to be able to tap into emotional intelligence and things to just be able to do life, relationships, and things better overall. Because we all need to tap into it, in this life. Like, hey, life be life, and people be people in, and all kind of stuff, right? So why not? So the first tip is practice active listening. This means just to truly engage with others by listening attentively, empathizing with their perspective, and responding thoughtfully. This fosters understanding and strengthens connections in both work and personal relationships. So the first one is active listening. I know I've come to a point to where I've learned to listen more than I talk. Even though I love to talk, but in order for me to really get to know a person, really get to understand more about them, and not, especially when you're dating, you don't want to say so much. You want to be able to hear what that person got to say, and and determine and observe and listen, before you just tell us as women, before we just pour out everything, our whole life story and everything else, generationals, and it just going on and on, when hey, you need to just take time to listen to what the person got to say. So I definitely love that I'm in that space now in active listening. The second one is cultivate self-awareness. Regularly reflect on your own emotions, triggers, and behaviors. Recognizing and understanding your own feelings allows you to manage them effectively, leading to better interactions and decision making. So when you just become self-aware, you're able to reflect before you just moving and doing things, just responding, reacting instead of responding. So I love that because it helps to make better choices and decisions when you're upset, like we was talking about with the bullying of the student. Like, some people want to, I think one guy beat up, I think recently a guy literally beat up the girl. His daughter was getting bullied and he beat up the daddy. He jumped the daddy or something like that. What happened? He jumped the daddy. So yeah, it's like, my daughter asked me would I have done something like that, and I'm like, I don't know, that's not the way to handle it. She's like, Mom, you talking about you go hard for your kid, but I'm like, Kira, I don't think that was the right thing to do, because you gotta, like Sunshine was just telling me, this guy waited 4 years and killed the cop's daughter that had killed his daughter. So you just gotta be mindful of the choices you make, because every choice have a consequence, so you can't just go popping out, because what if that guy got so mad or humiliated and he feel like revenge was his and he go shooting them up, anything, you gotta be mindful. And I always tell them about when they got something in the limit, he took $6,500 from me, and I was like, sir, could you just put me in another cop? And he was like, no. And everything in me wanted to, well, it was more than $6,500. It was like $7,300 because I hadn't paid the first note. And I don't know why I gave this man $6,500 down for a car. I don't know myself, but I didn't want a car note, and I was just trying to get it out the way. It was $10,000, so I was almost done already paying for it. But it was a limit. I got it on a Thursday, that Saturday, every light in the vehicle was on. It was stopping in the middle of the street while I was driving. But I had to respond legally, instead of reacting. And he could have took my life over some money, and my life is not worth any amount of money. It's priceless. So, and then getting someone else involved and they life be taken, or the man life, and it just becomes more than what it should be. So being self-aware and being able to respond to things and not let your emotions and feelings take over in the moment. That's how a lot of people end up in jail and dead. Seriously. So you gotta brace yourself, even when you don't want to. It be everything in your body telling you to pop off. Don't pop off. It takes a lot. Because I wanted to pop off, but I'm like, no, this is not right. So number 3 is develop empathy. Put yourself in others' shoes to understand their emotions and perspectives. Empathy builds trust and rapport, enhancing collaboration and communication in professional settings and enriching personal relationships. Yes, so definitely be an empathetic person. I think I mentioned that, like, you gotta, when your partner come home stressed from work and don't want to go out, maybe had a bad day, definitely have to put yourself in that person's shoes. You don't know what, everybody not gonna have a good day every day. We have days, every day is a good day, but every day you may not feel the best version of yourself per se. And you may just want to relax or rest, or just your mood and change, hey. So you got to be able to understand that, hey, you have your days, let that person have their day, and just come back around, see how they feeling later or something like that. Ask how they're feeling, how they're doing, and try to relate in a loving manner instead of in a manner of, just judgment, or, just ready to start more chaos about the situation at hand already that they're dealing with. And number 4 is communicate effectively. Express yourself clearly and respectfully, considering both your own emotions and those of others. Effective communication fosters mutual understanding and promotes harmony in workplace dynamic and personal interactions. Yes, it's like we discussed some of this stuff, and I didn't even really go into details and reading these tips, y'all. But yeah, so expressing yourself, communication rules the nation, as they used to say. It really does, because when you're able to communicate your feelings clearly and in a respectful manner, people receive that. Like they say, you catch more bees with honey, more flies with honey. So it's the delivery of things. Even if someone is stressed or someone is upset, you know, are you gonna give them what they're giving you? I know one day we was in a place and this lady was upset. She was a waitress, and everyone was just talking about her attitude. And I said, well, just cause she there, you know, I came at her different. I was like, hey, how you doing? And I mean, her whole mood just shift from being nonchalant, I don't want to be here, to being, you know, more pleasant and polite to us. So, you know, just don't know what people may be experiencing, what they're going through. So you just try to give them something different. You give them the sunshine, like, you know, you get them light even in darkness. So yes. So manage. Number 5 is manage conflicts constructively. So it says approach conflicts with an open mind, seeking resolution through dialogue and compromise. Emotionally intelligent conflict resolution builds trust, strengthens relationships, and cultivates a positive work environment and harmonious personal connections. Definitely. So we kind of just summed all this up with the last one. And so when you do all the other 4, you're being constructively, you know, managing your conflicts and being open-minded, being able to compromise some. You know, you have to compromise. I mean, I don't say you compromise all of yourself, so you have to draw a line with compromising. So, but if you're always compromising in certain relationships, you gotta, you know, look at that too. But you know, you got to take some, give some sometimes. So it's okay to compromise. And then it also helps to build the trust, you know, when you're able to continue to communicate and, you know, strengthen the relationship for the better good of both parties, all parties, and be harmonious living amongst each other. So we want to live in harmony, not in chaos. So I hope y'all enjoyed these tips, and hey, they were sweet to end your week. And also I want to recommend a book I just ordered, and I'm going to read it. So I may discuss this book. It's by Bishop Jakes. So it's kind of off topic because I've been recommending the 4 agreements every week. So I was like, okay, I'm going to order this book. And there's another book I'm reading too, Sis Don't Settle. So I recommend that. I got to finish that up. And that's by Judge Faith. But what is Bishop Jakes' book? I want to get that to y'all before we end out today. And it'll be delivered to me. I'm on my Amazon account, y'all. But it is called God's Provision by T.D. Jakes. So I know definitely I'm going to have some gems coming up out of that book. It's like every time he drop a book, I'm definitely getting one. I just love T.D. Jakes. I know he was in the scandals slightly or sort of with the Diddy situation, but I mean, everyone has their views. I don't know. I wasn't there. Hey, so I'm not gonna judge. I'm just gonna take him for what he's been, the outstanding man he's been all these years, and what I've seen of him. So I'm definitely supporting him still. And so with that being said, y'all, I'm about to close out. I definitely enjoyed you all, and I thank you all for listening. Once again, it's your girl Marquita VL on Hits 92.3 ATL at 12 on Fridays. Have a blessed one.